Okay, well, something started happening, so I thought I'd tune back in and let you see as we have an exodus taking place from the Capitol right now. Not sure who it is, but it was a motorcycle escort, and now we've got the heavy vehicles coming out. Again, this is it. This is the entrance. This is the exit. You can see the Capitol building back there in the background, and whoever it was, there was a heavy police presence with them, and I guess that's it. Again, we are Rainier Avenue Radio live down here at Washington DC at the Capitol building. People are leaving now, and as you can see, these folks are not leaving with the same escort that whoever that was had. I do not know who was in the convoy. Are you with the press? You want to tell me where you're from?
Hungary. You know Hungary?
Oh, of course.
Really?
So are you familiar with Seattle? Seattle, Washington.
I don't understand, please.
Are you familiar with Seattle, Washington?
No.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
Well, it's one of the 50 states. It's Washington.
Yeah, I know.
And
but I coming here because of the...
Right. This is where we're going. So you came here specifically to catch this event right here and do what you're doing
No,
now?
I am every hour in live in our evening news.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correspondent about the security situation and what happened here and maybe demonstration or not,
Yeah.
Always the news.
Well, what I found is I haven't seen very much today. I don't know if you've seen something different. But again, other than cars exiting and but previously there were large numbers of people who would gather here. There'd be vendors on the street. Not seeing any of that today.
No, nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody. I follow a lot of people on Twitter, maybe to collect some information, but nobody has any information.
Yeah.
No violence. Now is a very peaceful day, I guess.
It is.
It's very lucky.
And it's a beautiful day too.
Do you record yourself?
I'm sorry?
Do you record it for yourself?
I'm live right now.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, we're live right now.
I was live.
You were live.
Was live.
I saw you earlier doing the broadcast. And
every hour I am live.
Uh-huh.
In Hungary is 7 p.m. In 8 p.m. it's gonna be the next live with our evening news, and maybe after 1.5 hours later. Now I go back to the hotel, just rest and do nothing and focusing the next live.
Well, you want to tell me your name and the station that you're with?
ATV. Maybe you can see the sign on the
See? Yeah, we got it right there.
Yeah, ATV. ATV Hungary is a very good Hungarian news channel, and my name is András.
All right. Well, we're doing the same thing. Again, I guess nothing happening is not bad news. But again, I see a few more people now on the street. So I guess I'll stay here with you for a minute. Ironically, as I said before, I just unplugged. Somebody important left in a motorcade with the police escort, the police cars first, and then the SUVs, and then a heavy vehicle that contains something, and I guess that was it. So again, we're live, Rainier Avenue Radio, down here in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol. You can see in the back the Capitol building back there, where again, that's where the insurrection took place. And outside here, just outside the perimeter, nothing really going on. I was just talking to a journalist from Hungary, and I guess I'm being filmed now, so I'll film back. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you just citizen journalist, or are you?
Yeah, essentially. I was wondering if you could answer some questions. Are you from DC?
Actually, I'm from Seattle, Washington.
You're from Seattle, Washington.
But I'll certainly answer some questions for you.
Yeah, no, I would appreciate it.
Where are you from?
I'm I've lived in Brooklyn for the past like 10 years, but I was born in Boston.
You're born in Boston?
Yeah.
And came down here just for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll interview each other.
Yeah. I think sounds like a good plan. Let's make sure we don't die in the process.
All right.
So, what has your opinion been about over the past year, and how we can sort of stop this cycle that we've been a part of for a very, very long time?
Over the past year, I'll speak from Seattle's standpoint.
Yes.
All of the holes in the safety net were exposed. Initially, our youth were not going to school. They didn't have laptops. Our education system was completely unprepared for what had happened. As in regards to education, it became more important to say, oh, well, so many of our kids are relying on free or reduced lunch that we have to figure out a way to feed them. Initially, Seattle was considered to be the epicenter of the pandemic. If you remember, Kirkland Nursing Home was where it all started. And at that time, the things that were going on in our community there were black kids in school who were saying, we can't get this. It only impacts and affects older white people. And then the Asian members of our community were already being discriminated against. At that time, they were also telling us that it wasn't in our community, while as a radio station, we were interviewing people in our community who were COVID positive. And so at that point, we already knew that this was going to be exacerbated in black and minority communities. And of course, later on, nationally, they began to recognize that. And so today, again, just down here finding out what took place in Washington, DC, talking to members of the community about how it's impacted them. And again, trying to give voice to members of the black community and global majority community. So, that's what's up. So you tell me your story.
I've been, involved with charity work and helping the homeless for about 5 years now. And over the summer, there was a huge surge in people who were interested in, organizing for civil rights and such. And, I've been trying to do my best to be in the places where I can help the most, I guess. Sometimes being in too many places at once seems to be the issue, or not being able to be in too many places at once, So I'm out here right now trying to sort of gain public opinion, and I'm a part of a couple different teams of people. We're organizing and building an oasis for people to learn and educate and liberate themselves, or learn, educate, and elevate themselves, and provide an education that can really sap through the minds of people who are ignorant and want to be in their own separate tribes, and have their bubbles never burst, and because that's the real world, that's the real battle, that's the real war, to ensure that there's lasting, sustainable, and actual change. It's changing the minds, and it's a difficult battle, but we're trying to achieve it.
So are you surprised by I'll just call it the lack of activity outside of the perimeter? I mean, it's picking up a little bit now as far as traffic is concerned, but again, not a lot going on.
I'm not. I saw on a lot of MAGA websites that they were telling people not to come at all. So I wasn't surprised. I didn't really think it was going to be. I mean, I'm surprised by the sheer, lack of people. I thought it was going to be at least, akin to Donald Trump's inauguration, maybe in that same sort of ratio quota where there's maybe like 100 people in one facility being able to see it, but they really, really tried to ensure that there was nobody out here by providing literal no view to anybody. So I guess in a sense they did their job, I guess coronavirus won't spike just because of this.
I've been asked since, again, independent journalists are out here doing this, and that's one of the things that happened with coronavirus is more independent journalists grew. I'm asking, where can you be followed as well? Maybe somebody they want to get another view. So how can
Brooklyn Housing Development.
Brooklyn Housing Development?
If you follow Brooklyn Housing Development, you'll see the next sort of oasis that we're building in the community to give people, we're building not just journalism, but trying to provide a means to have an oasis, a community. This movement over the summer, we really saw a community come together. Not just come together, but build something.
Yeah.
We can't let all of that die, because if we do, then it will all be for naught. And the power really is in the people, and the power to change communities' lives, individuals' lives. It all lies within individuals, and of course policy as well. But if we really want to make that change, if we really want to take advantage of that community, that family that we saw over the summertime, which is still happening, and a lot of people are being dissuaded from that. They're not seeing that. They're not seeing all of the clothing and food drives. A lot of people are still helping the homeless every week. And we're trying to ensure that that can be sustainable, because that sort of that urge to help each other out that the world felt as a community this summer, that urgency, it's lost. People are becoming selfish and apathetic again, and that's an issue.
So what you have here, it's me, Tony B, and again, your name is
Jason Fair.
And independent journalists down here covering Washington DC. Both of us a little surprised about the lack of folks here. Have you had a chance also to talk to other members of the community and find out what's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge the sense right now, and if people aren't here, I kind of want to see what sort of hopes people have for the future. Where we are remotely, that doesn't matter. What we do with that time that we have, in whatever place that we are, that's what's important.
Well, I'll tell you what I've heard since I've been down here that I've liked, that I've enjoyed, in particular among the black community, is there's been again kind of a sense that there needs to be financial support, and the businesses are supporting each other in this particular time, and things that they've seen as a good thing, not so much maybe mentally, but at least financially. And again, I'm just reporting what I'm hearing. That there's been a difference in the uptake in this during this time, which is a good thing. That during a time of crisis, communities are coming together. So that's been good to hear, along with all the other stories. Yeah.
At the very least, there has been a community that's built it. We can't let it die. And there are people out there who need the means, and we have to ensure that it's a sustainable way that every individual can reach their full potential, because if we're not doing that, then what sort of society are we living in?
Again, Rainier Avenue Radio, I guess I'll see you. What was that? Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue is the thoroughfare that goes through our diverse community. It's been called the most diverse community in the country. And so as a radio station, we broadcast in the interest of that community. We have over 70 shows that are created by members of our community. And we also offer educational training programs. We offer programs in middle schools and high schools in our community. We teach kids everything from web design, app design, communications, journalism, social media, understanding the analytics behind social media, and film photography and broadcast. And so you can go to RainierAvenueRadio.world. We broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everything from critical talk show issues. We broadcast sports, high school sports. We broadcast broadcast all types of music. You name the genre, you'll hear it on our radio station. And we have specific youth programming as well. That's for youth, by youth. We don't censor their voices. If they think it's important, then we let them share that. And again, it's RainierAvenueRadio.world. And we unashamedly amplify the diverse voices of South Seattle. And through that, I think that makes our listenership worldwide much more acceptable because it's a global majority, and they get to hear about what's going on. And when the coronavirus initially hit in the Northwest, again, as I mentioned before, we were reporting from members of our community, and that's where we got worldwide attention because we were like, whoa, what's going on? What's happening with black people? What's happening with the Pacific Islander community? What's happening with the Native community? What's happening with the Indigenous community? What's happening with the Latino community? So we kind of became that voice. And there are, again, other voices emerged as well, which is one of the cool things about this particular period of time.
No,
Yeah.
it's true. There's an opportunity, you know, and I'm glad that you were able to shed a light, you know, and be a voice, a beacon. That's what's necessary.
Well, we'll have to stay in touch.
Yes, most definitely. I apologize. I have to run real quick.
Yep.
But we'll definitely be in touch.
Okay. RainierAvenueRadio.world. Okay. Another group of people here. Would you guys mind being on camera? Live? Anybody want to be on camera? Okay. Well, I have some.
How many viewers you got?
I have some young folks here. At least that's the appearance it looks like to me.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all from this area?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay. So I just want to tell you we are live right now on the air with Rainier Avenue Radio broadcasting. We're from Seattle, Washington. So all the way on the other side of the country. What brings y'all here today? I guess I'll want to talk to each of you, or somebody want to go first?
We just got it's the experience. We don't live that far from here, and we want to see what's going on. But we seen this on TV when it was growing up, and it was much different from what we seeing right now. It just looks like chaos right now.
Right.
It's all these national guards I have. It don't look right.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19.
Yeah.
So it must have been, 12 years ago. I was down here when Barack Obama was inaugurated. These streets were filled with people. There were vendors. You could buy paraphernalia. That's not going on right now. Anybody else want to share their thoughts with me?
What brings me here today?
Yep.
What brings me here today is experience. You know, I've never been to inauguration before, and I want to get the experience of it before we go on lockdown again. If we go on lockdown again, that's it. And for my YouTube channel, we do YouTube, so we like to film random stuff. So I think this became a good idea for us.
So where can people find your YouTube channel?
You can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Akee TV, AIKEE TV, and he also got a YouTube channel too.
If y'all want to check me out, my channel is VR and then NEF, VR Nef.
All right. Anybody else want to give me some commentary?
Nah, he's kind of shy.
shy.
He camera shy.
The camera shy?
Yeah.
All right.
My IG.
No.
Mike Michelle. I'm not camera shy.
Anyways.
But I don't have dialogue.
Sorry for my
All right.
negligence.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. And let me say it again.
Vote me for president for 2024.
Vote you for president in 2024. Well, let me ask you this. How old are you?
18.
18. Has what you've seen here further engaged you in wanting to be involved in politics?
Not really.
Huh? Do you feel like your issues and concerns are connected to the sphere of influence in politics? That your voice is being heard?
No. My voice not being heard.
What do you think that you can do about that?
I don't really know.
Not sure?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Do you want your voice and your concerns heard?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What are your things that are important to you?
My
Family?
family. Yeah.
Okay.
And my friends.
And your friends?
Yeah.
Anybody else you guys want to comment on that?
What was the question?
Do you feel that your issues first of all, do you feel that you are connected to the sphere of influence? Do you think that uh, you are personally part of what's going on inside these buildings over here?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
We trying to influence. I don't feel like we being heard, you know. So
Everything that we say, they don't really care. It's like, I don't know, it's because we're younger people or something, or we just like we're not higher up in the social hierarchy or something. But like if we it's been the same the whole time. There's no change or nothing. Everything, like, our city still got crazy poverty. People in our city, nobody's helping. We go out and help our own community. We give out to the poor and stuff. And you see all these people out here, I feel like they're not doing anything for us. Like, we gotta like do stuff for ourselves.
yeah, so this added on to what he said. We like to go out and like we got this one group called FTS, Feed the Streets. We like to go out, help people that's in need and stuff. We like to give back to the children and everything. So we do anything to have a big impact on the community.
And we don't even got a lot of money. We all try to put in, see what we could do. Because my whole life I've been seeing people on the streets. I was almost on the street. I almost got evicted and stuff. So seeing people like that, I don't like seeing people in that situation. You see all these people in this building and stuff, they got so much money, but there's so much people on the streets still.
Do you feel like a change in administration is going to make a difference for you? Does this make you feel hopeful at all, or do you feel the same way?
This inauguration, I have a little bit of hope. I feel like they actually for the people.
Okay.
And I feel like that's what we need for as a president.
What do either of you think that you can do to be more connected and have your issues and concerns heard, and not only just heard, but acted upon?
We just gotta get more links together in different places so more people know about what we're doing.
All right.
There would be 3 cars with a president. There's gonna be
Well, good to talk to all of you,
You too.
and I guess I'll look for you to be in there at some point.
3 more
But the comments that I'm getting are very positive about the commentary that y'all are having, that I'm seeing here. So good job. All right, much success to you. Okay. Tony B, Rainier Avenue Radio. Again, just talking to members of the community randomly. Still nothing going on here after that last motorcade left. Not sure who all was in it, but I guess yeah. Well, I'm gonna walk around. How you doing? You know, I'm with the radio station, just talking to people in the community down here. Would you mind being on camera?
New Jersey Avenue Southeast.
No, I'm okay. Sir.
Okay.
That's just all good.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, sir. You too now.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna blow anybody up and ask anybody to be on camera that doesn't want to. It's a personal opinion. So still live down here in Washington DC, and I guess as I'm walking away from that particular entrance, I'll just take you with me. So again, you can see where they've set this perimeter up, and National Guard every 2-3 feet. That's what it looks like over here, right across the street. You've got I'm not sure what you've got here, but I'm not sure if these are private homes, if these are places that are associated with Congress. But that's what's right across the street from the Capitol building, and you can see a couple pretty big buses up here. So, previously, I was not able to go up this street. Apparently now it's okay, unless I get stopped. So again, just walking around out here, giving you the opportunity to see what's going on outside of the Capitol building in the background. Again, just in case you thought I was joking, about every 2 or 3 feet you have National Guard. So here's one of the subways to the Capitol South Station. This is apparently open. I'm not going to go down there, but I will show you that apparently this is open. And again, National Guard, and I guess when you come up with the cell phone, you get their attention. Now this street was blocked off, but now I can walk up here, and they've loosened up a little bit. I guess they've given an additional block. And so folks are looking at me as I approach this area here, so I'm sure that I can't go in here. And again, the National Guard, and okay, well, there's a gateway here. There's somebody exiting. So this entrance is blocked off.
Hey sir, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You're fine. You can videotape. You just can't videotape our security. Okay?
Am I taping security now?
You were pointing it at our security, yes.
Oh,
So that's why I'm explaining it to you.
okay.
Okay?
Oh, well, I don't know where I was doing that. So,
This is all security.
oh,
right
this
here.
area right here.
Yes, sir. That's what I was explaining to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. But here is good.
No, that's security as well.
Oh, that's security
Okay.
as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't tape that.
Nope.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you heard it like I heard it. I guess that's, again, you walk around with the camera and I guess you draw attention. Today, a couple weeks ago, you could walk around with a noose and weapons, and you were allowed access to the Capitol. But not today. You have a camera, you draw attention, and you're told not to videotape security, which is what I've been videotaping the whole time. And so again, as you see, as I walk around the perimeter, again, it's National Guard the entire way. Apparently, there's a truck over here. As I mentioned before, this was barricaded off. It's Tony B live from Washington DC, just outside the perimeter of the Capitol. Nothing really going on.
Southeast, then turn left onto Independence Avenue Southeast.
So I'll just keep you with me as I take this stroll. I'm actually in an area that I was not allowed to come to previously. But apparently now it's At least this part of it is open. So I'm actually behind where I was. See a little more activity. Well, I was blocked off from here, but now I'm behind where I was before. I guess that's opened up. So over here is St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church. And okay, well, I guess I'll head back up this way. Still hard to believe that this is an inauguration. You have fencing up, barbed wire, and armed National Guard services protecting people inside this gate, as opposed to a celebration of the way that this country works, that voters elect the president and there's a peaceful transfer of power and hope for a better future. This year, there's security all around, and again, nobody on the streets really. So we'll see what happens when I walk up this way.
Turn left onto Independence Avenue Southeast.
How you doing, gentlemen? All right. Again, Tony B, Rainier Avenue Radio, live from Washington DC. I'm sorry? Yeah. Alright, so I just asked to cross the street as I got closer to here, and this is about as far as I can go. So over here you have other folks from the press as well, set up right here. And this is Pennsylvania Avenue. As I can go.
In 600 feet, turn right onto 1st Street Southeast.
Well, again, this has been about it. Not a lot to show you. But maybe that's what you need to see. This is what's going on outside. I see another group of camera folks here filming what's going on. Are you an independent film crew?
Oh, we're a local news crew.
I'm sorry?
Local news crew.
Local news crew?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm on the air live right now.
Okay, hello.
From,
hello, everyone.
Rainier Avenue Radio from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And y'all are from?
with WDVM and WDCW. What's a local news station here in Washington?
Okay. And from your perspective, can you share with us what the last 2 weeks have been like, and what you're? I'm surprised by the lack of people here. I thought that there would be more people here today.
I did honestly think that there would be more Washingtonians actually out in the street, which is why we decided to come here for our live shot. But I think, and like I was telling my anchor live on TV, you know, a lot of the streets are empty today. You know, it was easy to get down here, whereas last Friday traffic was, you know, like normal and even way worse. Took me an hour and a half to go a mile and 1.6 miles. So I think, you know, a lot of people really, you know, listen to that advice of stay inside and watching it in their homes. And that's what I was seeing on social media too, was people were just watching it, you know, from the comfort of their home, the virtual inauguration festivities.
I was surprised too when I got in town on Sunday. There were exits on the freeway that I couldn't take, and I drove within a few blocks of here today.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely, the traffic pattern has been interesting, but you know, hopefully over the next few days everything will get back to normal and be opened up and be able to. I know for right now, you know, all of the bridges. We have another reporter in Virginia on the other side where they've got all the bridges blocked off. You can't get into the district. There's only two ways to get in. So. Oh, I must have got lucky. Yeah, there's 2 bridges that are able to take you into the district, but you know, I mean, it's like some of the locals were telling me they're just excited that, or you know, they're happy everybody is safe, even though it's, you know, not ideal and not what you would want for an inauguration, but it's, you know, 4 more years we'll get to do it again, and hopefully everything will be fine. So. Well, you know, we've been dealing with social unrest over the summer and a pandemic since March. From your perspective in DC, if you had to just kind of give a synopsis of what's been taking place here. Well, I can't give you too much because I just moved here in September for this job, so I was actually in Georgia before this, so I wasn't here for the, you know, all of the unrest from earlier in the summertime, unfortunately. Okay. To be able to, can't report on it, I have no idea. Yeah. Well, there was certainly a lot going on in Georgia after you left. Oh yeah, definitely. And I was in Augusta, so the Masters just came through and everything, so. So looks like we have a security officer over here. Yes, sir. They work to keep us safe. Oh, you're security exclusively for the film crew? Yeah, yes, sir. Well, you have an easy job today. Making sure everything's safe. Anything you want to share with us, Mr. Cameraman?
No, hopefully nothing happens from really last week. I mean, the force enough should deter most of, not all, issues. Yeah. And it should be handled swiftly, I would hope.
Have you ever seen this?
Is he locked up like this? No, not to this degree, I would say. I'm more from in the Frederick area, so the few times I do come down here, you don't usually see any kind of like walling or borders or anything of that matter. I was down at the monument on the 6th when the rally first took place, and that was definitely a sea of crowd of flags and all sorts of colors and whatnot.
Well, you were actually covering the rally.
Yeah, I was covering it with one of our other reporters, and that was the pre-rally before everything happened. We were just heading back to edit in our into our building when we heard the news about it, and then Lex and crew were out there more near the scene when the Capitol was being more ransacked in the best way.
What was it explosive? Was it tense? Did you have a feeling that something was going to happen?
I knew that the rally could like cause something, but depending on where we were at the time, it was really hard to hear any of the speakers or even see the people without like the camera in use. But I knew they were bombastic, and from what I looked about afterwards, it was really disconcerting for like a lot of what the speeches were saying to go forward to do what they did. It was all the encouragement they really need to do anything that they wanted from them.
What were the last 2 weeks like following January 6th here in the city, from your perspective?
I really could only say from the 6th going forward, say that it definitely was a wake-up call for a lot of people. And hopefully it isn't something that we could repeat willingly. I know we hear more and more later on of like the things that happened and whatnot, and hindsight is 2020. I know we all had our parts to play in how it ended up going from that day. But yeah, besides literally on the 6th, I really don't know how like everything happened here in downtown. Like what were the changes in that regard? So.
And what is the name of again the station that you work for?
For here, it's that would be the DCW. I'm part of the WDVM, based in Hagerstown.
All right. Well, thanks for your commentary.
No problem. Thank you.
Take care. Again, this is Tony B live, Rainier Avenue Radio, just giving you a perspective of what's going on here. More young folks. Any of y'all want to be on live radio? You want to come on? Come on over here. I don't want to film anybody that doesn't want to be filmed. So this is Tony B, Rainier Avenue Radio, live from Washington DC, and I have some folks with me here today who look like youth.
Yes, sir.
What brings you out here today?
Well, actually, we're from Kentucky, and we just wanted to see, like, it's a new day, new people. We get to see the first black vice president that looks like us, so we're happy to see that.
Specifically Kamala Harris, who brought you here.
Yes, sir.
And how are you feeling now that she is the vice president?
It feels good. It feels like we can finally get a change in the United States. And that we can do stuff as youth. This inspires us that we can do the same thing that she did.
Has the recent political activity engaged you or increased your interest in being involved in politics?
Yes, it has. Her becoming the vice president shows me that I can do more in politics than before. I kind of thought that I couldn't because there's like not many people my color that's in office, but now that it is, it shows me that I can do it.
And we have another young person here. How are you?
Good.
And what brings you down here today? Just tagging along, or?
Yeah, I'm just here.
And this is your first inauguration, I take it? Well, I will tell each of you that I was down here for Barack Obama's inauguration, and these streets were just filled with people. And there were vendors everywhere, and you were buying t-shirts and all kind of stuff. I haven't seen many people today. Have y'all seen anything?
No, not really. It's what we've been walking around looking for, trying to see like where everybody's at or what's going on. But we haven't really got to much. We've just been walking.
Anything else you would like to say to anybody listening?
I would like to say be involved and intrigued in what's going on in the world today, because every voice, every vote matters. Like anything can change at any point. So if anybody has anything they can say, speak up, vote, just be intrigued and speak up and stand on your own ground.
And any final words? All right. Well, thank y'all for coming over and talking with me.
Thank you.
Okay. Best of luck to you. All right.
Make a U-turn, then use the left 2 lanes.
Tony B from Rainier Avenue Radio. Again, I can't go that way, so I'll just come this way. You can see down there that there's lights flashing, so they have a perimeter set up so that cars cannot
Use
come
the
this
left 2
way.
lanes to turn slightly left onto Independence Avenue Southeast.
And again, there just aren't that many people. I finally see, if you look there in the distance, there's a guy with a bike and a passenger buggy in the back. It's the first sign I've seen of any type of touristy activity.
Head west on
Again,
Independence Avenue
presence
southeast
of
toward Pennsylvania
National
Avenue
Guard.
southeast, then continue straight to stay
Big
on
fencing
Independence
up.
Avenue southeast.
And again, the fencing that you're looking at is not permanent. This fencing was put here specifically following the insurrection that took place January 6th. You have any interest in talking on live radio?
Oh, sure.
All right. And this is Tony B from Rainier Avenue Radio in Seattle, talking to members of the community in Washington DC. Well, what brings you down to the inauguration today?
I just wanted to see what it felt like to participate in this call to unity and to build back the nation, because that's what we have to do. We also, for me, it is important as a member of this community, as a Latino migrant, and to occupy space again, to reclaim the space that we serve, we contribute to. And it's very unfortunate because of the pandemic, but most importantly because of the threat to democracy, that we have this. That we have, this fencing, that we have this policing, and but it's good. It's good to step out and